In the beginning, Rucoy Online was a wonderful creation, a beautiful land to explore, a truly immersive game. The game was simple: kill monsters and you level up. But you could also train on monsters and get your skills up, which was somewhat equivalent to getting base level. However, Rucoy Online was broken. No, seriously, you could shoot 7 people with an archer class using one touch. When you would kill innocent players, you would acquire a skull, and every time that skull would change a different color, your stats would go down even lower, making all that training you did pretty much useless. Oh, and by the way, not just your skills would go down, your speed would go down too. So it was a real problem with the game and the pace of it, because it was slowing down the PvP aspect of the game. Eventually, this problem was fixed, however, like many other things. However, I don't want to get too involved in talking about the updates in Rucoy, because that's not a history that's hard to find out about. You can go look at the forums on Reddit and go find out all of the history as far as that's concerned, of the updates and so forth. The history I want to talk about is the players. Now, to talk about them all is almost impossible, but let's talk about the first one that everybody knows in 2016 that played Rucoy Online, and that was Dead Flag. Dead Flag was the strongest level, the top level, the best player. He used the Archer class, which was super overpowered in 2016, mainly because it could grind levels out so fast. Ricardo nerfed base level several times in 2016. However, Dead Flag was still really overpowered. So people had a choice. They either had to grind base levels out with an archer class like Dead Flag, or train skills. But standing and training skills wasn't fast enough. So people learned how to power train, which involved using special, but it cost a lot of gold to do this. So it was still kind of a slow means, but it was better than just standing still for sure. It was a lot faster and way more efficient. At this time, the community was relatively small. I mean, there was possibly around like 300 or 200 people online a day, whereas now there's like over 1,000 people, 2,000, 3,000 people, sometimes even more than that online. But back then, people were really passionate about the game, and thankfully for YouTubers like Raiders Night and others, they deserved major props for getting the content out there to share so we could get more people interested in the game. My experience from the game was pretty good. It was really an emotional, impactful game. You would never know what kind of PvP scenario you would be in. You didn't know if you were going to be fighting like 20 people or 5 people, or if you killed 2 people and you were going to get away with it. I mean, I remember that I had a name they used to call me, and they said my old name was Chet Dude Run, because I would kill people and just run away, because you would not know what would happen in Rucoy Online. And if you were afraid to losing your gold or dying period, the best thing to do sometimes was to run and hide. You could stay there and, let them kill you, but in the end, they would just basically bully you in chat after they kill you and just say rest in peace. The game was truly, truly a fun thing, and I think a lot of people enjoyed it in 2016. Playing it early on, seeing the development stage of the game, and just having fun with it in so many different ways. Even though the game was broken, it was fun playing regardless. Dead Flag kind of inspired me to become top level. Eventually, after months of playing the game, I surpassed him. It was not an easy journey, and it's easier to say in words than it was to do back then, for sure. I wanted to give up several times, but my friends wouldn't let me. They would always encourage me to keep going and pass Dead Flag. And for that, I appreciate them. And yeah, they mean a lot to me because there was times I wanted to give up. I think Ricardo made a really interesting game. It's nice that you can have friends from all sorts of places in the world and just have fun together, you know? I decided to quit in December 2016. Reason why is because I had invested a lot of time into the game and I just needed a break. Dead Flag regained his title of being the top level and was top level for a while until Shinjuku took his place and beat him. And then eventually Louis, who we know as top level right now and has been for over 2 years, beat Shinjuku, and yeah, he's just been top level forever. And I don't really think anybody will ever beat him, but I don't know. The world's a pretty big place, so maybe somebody can out there beat him. I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't see it. Maybe. The guy's pretty passionate. He's hold a record for over 2 years. If you think you can beat him, comment below, because I really want to know who do you think is going to beat him. Like, do you really think that Demento SND2 is going to pass Louis? Do you really think he's going to let him do that? I don't see it happening. This is not the entire history of Rucoy. However, I want people to realize that I could not cram everybody, all the successful players that has played this game. Like, for instance, BDGL Clan. I mean, how thankful can we be for them for ramping up the community in a competitive sense? In the arena play, they were pretty much undefeated on YouTube. They had events and fights, and they didn't lose any bouts. So it was pretty impressive at their peak to see the clans really make the game grow and help Ricardo with development and everything. It was really nice. There's so many honorable mentions that I wish that I could remember. I want to give a shout out to Squirrel Kung and Shinjuku and Dead Flag and Critical, and there's so many other players, like, also, you know, just all over, that really inspired everyone to just keep playing the game and have fun with it, you know. And regardless of the drama that we all had in the past and everything, that maybe from playing the game and being in a competitive spirit of it and everything, it was still a good experience, and I'm glad that I went through it, and I'm hoping that everyone else enjoyed it as much as I did. In the future, I plan to do some more videos about Rucoy Online, maybe in depth, more in the history, and just about different things. Also maybe some PvP too, because I know how much the community loves PvP videos, so maybe I'll do some of them as well. So if you like this video, subscribe please, and if you like it, leave a like, and if you'd like to make some type of comment, please comment below. If there's something with the audio that you didn't like, or if you have a disagreement with me, it doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do, comment at the bottom. I'm not going to delete anybody's comments as long as you are all respectful. So just have fun down there in the comment section, and I'll see you next time. See you later, dudes.